So yesterday, right? So I was teaching at one of the schools, and a teacher was like, "Oh, teacher was like, oh, you coach here?" Like, yeah, I coach middle school football and I coach high school track or whatever, right? And she was like, "You look really young for a teacher." I said, "Yeah, no, so I'm just getting to learn firsthand experience and getting to make connections and network and stuff." She said, "Oh yeah, I like that idea. That's perfect." Then my people in coaching staff is saying, go meet the principals, go get to know people and stuff. And the first thing hit my head was like, no matter what field you go into, you have to be a likable person, right? I mean, if you think about it though, right? So especially if you're young, you starting off early, you trying to move your way up any ladder in any job, or you trying to build yourself up so one day you could be in a position to start your own business, or you could be like, say you in the school board system, you want to be a principal one day, you want to be an athletic director, right? But think about it, somebody got to recommend you, right? But if everybody around you don't like you, then it's like, who gonna recommend you for that position, right? If they looking for someone to promote at work and they're not recommending you because no one like you, then what, you get what I'm saying? One thing we gotta understand is that being a likable person means being respectful, being nice, being well-mannered, having good social skills, right? That's why I think you always need to work on your social skills, right? You got to always be connecting with people, network with people, right? Respect everybody, because you just never know, when you go need somebody, you get what I'm saying? That's why I'm a big fan of, like, something I learned a long time ago, like, don't burn any bridges, you get what I'm saying? Because what if that last job you worked at, right? You disrespect them, you cuss them out, right? I ain't gonna say it. Let's just say you left the job in a disrespectful manner, right? Then the job you're trying to go to now, they figure out that you worked there in the past, right? Then they call that place and say, "Hey, can you tell me a little bit about this person?" I'm like, "Well, they disrespectful. They made a scene before they left. They caused a ruckus and stuff." They're not gonna really want to bring you in. Cause they go, okay, if you did this at that job, right? Who says you won't do it here? You get what I'm saying? But if you're like a person and like they got no, let's say they get on the phone and say they very respectful, they well mannered, they hardworking, they did everything we asked them to do, you're more likely to get a job. If you notice, right? Have you noticed that certain job application they ask for reference, right? They be like, "Hey, can we call this person for a reference?" Right? So we understand that people gonna call the people you used to work for, as a reference, or you put reference down, right? Be as likable as possible. Always be there always work your best, because you never know who's watching, or you never gonna know who you're going to need. You don't. Like you just don't. Seriously though. You know what I'm saying? You're like, no, this job not important. I could be disrespectful. Why would you ever want to be disrespectful though? If you trying to grow as a person, especially if you someone that claim to be a man of God or a woman of God, how you think God go feel about it? Oh, shoot, my eyebrow. But yeah, how you think God go feel about it if your mindset is like, oh, this is not that important to me, I could be disrespectful? How you think God go feel about that? How you think God go view you? God is always watching. I don't think you should ever disrespect anybody. I don't think you should ever belittle anybody. I don't think you should never put anybody down, because no one is better than anybody else, because God put everybody here for a purpose, right? So we understand God put us all here for a purpose, and God love all of us, right? How can you think you better than somebody else? How can you look at yourself like you're above someone else, right? You know what I'm saying? Respect everybody. Respect everybody. Show everybody love. Love all people. You might not have to love somebody's actions and behaviors, but you can still show love to the person. You know what I'm saying? But do you think that if you walk around angry all the time, mad all the time, being disrespectful all the time? My bad, I'm just checking the time. Do you really think if you walk around disrespectful all the time, mad at the world all the time, and putting people down all the time, that somebody would want to hire you, someone would want to bring you in? No, why would they? Seriously though. If you mad at the world, right? Why would someone want to do business with you, right? I've been this next week will be my third or fourth week coaching track, right? No, third week coaching track, right? And since I've been coaching track, right? If I'm being honest with you, all my athletes understand that I want nothing but the best for them because my action behaviors. I talk to everybody. I ask everybody how they doing. I look out for everybody. I try to coach everybody. I try to explain stuff to everybody. I find different ways to motivate and encourage athletes because not all athletes are the same. People come from different backgrounds. People grew up completely different. People like different things. You got to understand what's different about your athletes and understand how you could be there for them. You get what I'm saying? And one thing I noticed is that, because yesterday, when I left practice, I had some athletes come to me and tell me they really like me. And they said, I'm really nice and I'm cool. I'm chill. Right? I heard the same thing about me, like, I work with people outside of sports. And that's because you got to respect everybody. If you walk around mad at the world, no one going to want to talk to you. When no one want to talk to you, you can't be a likable person. When you're not a likable person, how can you ever get your dream job? How can you ever get your career? How can you ever, build yourself up to even do what you want to do one day? Oh, sorry, my dog right here. I'm trying to record a YouTube video. Think about it, right? How could someone ever want to bring you around when no one like you? You get what I'm saying? Honestly, though, when no one like you, why would people want to bring you around? Especially if you're a coach. If you're a coach, right? Why would your athletes won't continue let you coach them when they think you very mean and disrespectful, or they feel like you don't want to be at practice coaching them? They know you don't want to be there. Especially when these athletes got dreams and goals to make it to college one day, if they high school, middle school, and they know you don't care about it, you ain't taking them that serious. Why would they continue to want to do business with you? Why? That just doesn't make no sense. It just doesn't. That's why you always have to be a likable person, right? Or do you want to be that person that everybody hate, nobody want to be around, but oh my God, here go this person again? Honest, that's the between doing your job and just being, mean and disrespectful about everything. And just being an unlikable person. So if you want to be a more likable person, right? Well-mannered, respectful, treat everybody with kindness. Once again, respect everybody. Have social skills. Have emotion, have an EQ, right? Your EQ is very important, right? Come off friendly. Be friendly. Look presentable. Come off presentable. But yeah, that's it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned for many more videos to come. I'm out.